Right, so here we are doing a casted game. This is going to be a really interesting one, or at least so I've been advised. I do not take requests usually, but a lot of people have been trying to get in contact to send me Discord messages and replays and stuff. And basically what you need to do is follow the invite that's shown on your screen now, and it's in the first it's at the top of the description. It's the first link in the description, and that's my own personal Discord server. So go in there and ask about me. The only rule they have is that it's like part English, part French, but they're all right with you speaking English. So don't worry if you get put off with the moon runes as they call them. Anyway, on with the game. We've got Integer playing 2nd UK Infantry Division, playing against VET3 OP playing as 5 DB, the French Tank Division. So we're going to go through the deployments and then we're going to spectate the game. So VET3 OP running the standard 5 DB setup. So let's just go from left to right. We've got Grenadier Voltigeurs going down here. That can provide good visual on that, and the VAB can shoot across that field. 2 reservist units just going to here for a sponge, a meat shield as it were. Reservists of course not having an anti-tank option. Here we've got medium machine guns in VAB trucks, so they're going to here and to here. Medium machine guns, not amazing, but with the transport's got 50 cal on it, that could be quite useful. I believe it also gets smoke. Let's have a look. Yeah, these look like smoke launchers to me. Well, that's not the right one actually, it's this one. I don't see smoke on it, so maybe it does not get smoke launchers. Right now, the only way to check if a unit has smoke is to zoom in on the model and look at it, or try and deploy the smoke when you're on the unit. Right, so discarding those medium machine guns, he's got a Milan 1, and it looks like that's going to here. So presumably once he gets here, he's going to move it somewhere else, or further up, or maybe it's really just for standoff to defend this area. So he's got 2 medium machine guns to defend against infantry, and then a Milan 1 to defend against vehicle attacks, and some reservists to slow down anything that comes this way. Then he's got 2 Escorte PC in the AMX-10, so Escorte PC are sort of like another meat shield, but they come in this, it's an IFV, it's a pretty good IFV, and he's deploying one quite conservatively, and then deploying one up here as well. So it looks like he intends to defend the middle, and looking at all this, he intends to attack on the right side. One unit I forgot was the Chocolate Eclairs, and they're going to yet another quite defensive position. Let's talk a bit about the AMX-10P. So it's sort of, it's like a warrior. The Escorte PC, 25 points for 8 men, but they've only got FAMASs, so no anti-tank option, no machine gun option. The AMX-10P for 35 points, you get 3 front armor, 2 side armor, and it's got a 20mm autocannon. So it's not quite as good as a warrior, because the warrior gets the 30mm and it gets, I believe, 3 side armor. And the 30mm shoots further than the 20mm. So not quite as good as a warrior, but it's amphibious, so I don't actually know if the warrior is amphibious, but the AMX-10P is. So it looks like VET3 OP intends to attack on the right side here, so he's got the standard AMX-10RC, possibly the most annoying unit in the game because it's fast, it's got a great gun with great accuracy, max range. It's not very highly armoured, but it's got very good optics. So you see the enemy first, you shoot him, and it's sort of like battlecruiser doctrine. You can kill anything faster than you, and you can run away from anything that can kill you. So he's got a lot of AMX-10RCs, all zooming down the map, securing these forward positions, and then recon infantry is going to here. I believe this is the wrong road for that. I actually think it's faster if you put it on this one, but we will see. And yeah, behind that he's got lots of infantry. So Super Puma Commandos, they're going on a really quite aggressive jaunt round to the back here. Another medium machine gun and a VAB transport just going to here. And an attack made up of Grenadier Voltigeurs, medium machine guns, and one mortar for smoke. So it looks like the mortar's going to deploy here and then start smoking all this infantry as they try and move up on this side as opposed to here. Although this is a very aggressive deployment, he thinks he's going to be able to deploy to here. So let's have a look at what Integer's doing. He's called Sufferance Eternal. Now, those of you who've seen my most recent video, the one before this one, will probably be wondering where I got such a wacky strategy from. And of course, I stole it from Integer, the master of these wacky strategies. So this is 2nd UK, and he's deploying lots of things in helicopters. So Milan 2s in helicopters, air mobiles in helicopters, assault pioneers in helicopters, and we'll get to this in a second. So the air mobile and the Milan 2 are going all the way around, and then he's going to drop them over here. So the Milan 2, of course, can shoot down the road, and the air mobile can shoot people with the LOR 80. In the middle, another air mobile Milan 2 combo going for this. So that's very aggressive, very exposed. But you'll notice there's no AA here, but there's definitely not 1,500 points worth of units here. So I believe that VET3 OP will have brought some Mirages. And then in the middle, we've got L6 Wombat going up to here and the Rover CV behind it. On the right, another L6 Wombat going to a defensive location here, and air mobiles. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Air mobiles going on a very daring intercept, very daring drop off here, with some assault pioneers behind them, also in another Lynx going to here. And on the right side, we've got SAS just securing this point. And what is going on here? We have Rapier FSAs, which have been deployed at the start of the game, 2 air mobiles which have been kicked out of their helicopters, and the Rapiers are now being loaded into the Lynxes. Presumably it's being, you know, it's being dangled beneath the Lynx, which you can do. That's what the British Army does, I believe. I'm not sure how that'll show up on the model. But yeah, here we see an exchange of transports here, so the air mobiles presumably are going to get in the Bedfords, and the Rapiers are getting in the Lynxes, and there's a Chinook supply here. So you've now figured out why I'm casting this game, because I think this is going to be very funny. Right, so apologies for any weird pauses in the cast. I'll try and catch most of them in the edit. Essentially, I quit coffee, or at least I quit caffeine, and now I've been trying to look for other sources of tea. So I'm drinking one of these herbal women's teas. And I miss coffee, to be honest. I might just go back to drinking decaf. So yeah, air mobiles in the Bedfords, Lynx AH1s in the Rapiers, and FSA, sorry. The Rapier in the Lynxes. Rapier FSA, not fantastic right now. The default Rapier got buffed, and now the FSA is really not that much better and costs a lot more, and you're not really getting anything for it. Whereas the iHawk can shoot like 6 kilometers now, the FSA is still tapped out 3.8. Second right now is regarded as the worst division in the game, and 5E is very much seen as meta. Maybe not in the strongest level, but definitely in the second strongest level. And now I'm wondering if VET3 OP actually did bring a Mirage, because you can definitely see this. Here we go. But that might have been first minute income. I think that was first minute income. That's 145, and then this is 110, so he can afford both of those in 1 minute. And he gets the Assault Pioneer. The air mobile's probably not going to be able to drop, but he's dropping the wrong way. He needs to drop behind all this so that these don't shoot him. Meanwhile, VET3 OP's managed to get in, and the Mirage goes down to 2 Harrier AAs. Harrier AA will now shoot this, but there will be survivors, I believe. Harry is good at killing these helicopters. There you go, 5 survivors, because of the how slow it is, because it's a brick. and it's got these anti-helicopter missiles, it gets a lot of time to get a lot of shots off on a helicopter. Sadly, it for some reason only carries 240 rounds, which doesn't sound realistic at all. What can you do, eh? And now both of these teams trying to attack each other have just ran straight into each other with their pushes. These guys actually made it, which is really incredible, and I am just gonna I left this on, which I shouldn't have done. That was a mistake. I'll have to get that in the edit. I will get that in the edit. And the Harriers have really got the lay of the land here, because there's no AA. There's no AA. There was that one Mirage, and it's not... oh, here's another one. These guys are evacing, but they're so slow. I think this might be twice as fast. 1, 2, 3, 8, 6, 8, 7. So just under twice as fast, but peels off because he saw those lynxes. I think he's got to go for those lynxes, but he could have tried to kill one Harrier. The missiles, the long-range missiles missed. And VET3 OP's attack's going a lot better than Integer's attack here. Those Rapiers have made it, though. Mirage is still up. It's a damn shame the Rapiers didn't benefit so much from the changes to air range, compared to something like the iHawk, which gained like 2 kilometers, I think. But these still cover a sizable area. If I can illustrate that. Yeah, so that outer ring is the area covered. So this guy's going to get hit, right? Guess not. Oh, this guy definitely will. And then you ask yourself, what the hell's hitting me? What's going on over there? Over here, VET3 OP's attack's going really well. Harrier AA manages to clean out those commandos finally, but the Mirage gets the Harrier, or at least removes him from the field of battle. Mortar's not really being used. CV now in center for VET3 OP, but this Mirage is just getting hit by these Rapiers on the side of the field, and there's air mobiles on this side as well. More air mobiles coming in for Integer on this side. And Integer's ahead on points, but on the board he really is behind here. This is really tough. Air mobiles in the 60 plus 45, that's 105 points. But then there you go, there goes another plane, and now you can drop the air mobiles down here, and they've got air cover. They've got air cover, so if you bring over a helicopter, it's going to die. And these guys won't run out of ammo because there's a Chinook supply here. And the lynxes are still here, so they can remove them if it gets too hot. This is very funny. It's a very good strategy. More Harrier AAs, maybe the same ones as before. I've not been keeping track of the names. Just taking advantage of the extreme lack of AA here to just, shoot people in the open. These gun runs are not bad. You saw he killed a whole squad there. Because he's so slow, he gets so many shots off. Mirage coming out for the Harriers. But the Rapiers are going to hit the Mirage. Or at least shoot at it. It doesn't kill it. But then, well, the Harriers finish him off. Another Mirage comes out. But the Rapiers are still here. And so he's forced to take a weird turning circle and evac. He can't chase because he knows that there's something over here that's killing all his guys. VET3 at this point's doing really well, though. It's going to be +3 in a minute, +4 maybe. Really surprised by the lack of AA. Maybe he's testing something. Testing how he would fare without AA, just relying on the Mirages. Always great to see people try new things, and those are the games I like looking at. So remember, first link in the description, that's my Discord server. Get in there and ask for Hippie, and they'll point you to me. Point me to you. But this is now really not looking so fantastic for Integer. This strategy is very funny. Here we go again. No, they're moving, they're moving. So this guy's going to go down. The Mirage is now getting hit by Rapiers. And he takes out yet another Mirage. And the air mobiles are now here. It would be absolutely fantastic if... I think this guy's going to avoid it. if Integer had a heli-born CV, here it is. But over here, you know, he's neglected playing the game normally. And so VET3 OP is just going forward. And at this point, it's going to be very hard for Integer to get out of here. I think this has now been spotted by that. At least it should have been. The Milan 2 can shoot reinforcements coming across this road. Very interesting. And we've got another airborne CV coming in on this side. Just imagine if there was some minstrels in this block that he could see what's going on and then start moving them out a bit more to the sides. It would have been very, very effective in stopping this. Because now Integer's just on the enemy side of the map and VET3 OP is on Integer's side of the map. This guy's probably going to make it. Are these switched off? They must be. Must be switched off. I mean, it says ready. I'm not sure how it works. And Integer now back to a +1, I believe, after this. +3, my bad. Obviously this is +3, and that's the one that's not up for contention. But I think he's going to get back in the helicopter and go to here. That's what I'd do. I mean, obviously he can't see what we can see, but he is just running at the enemy. It's going well for him, in a manner of speaking. I mean, this is obviously not fantastic. But you'll note that VET3 OP's reinforcements, like nothing more is here that used to be here before. And that's because all his reinforcements keep getting blown up by air mobiles and Milan 2s. This is now out of ammo. Look at these wrecks here. It's definitely killed a few things. Another Mirage. And the Rapiers don't get hit off this time. Harrier AAs are now going toe-to-toe with the Mirages, and the Mirages can't turn properly, right? He's got to be really careful with how he turns, because if he flies over here too far, then he dies. Escarte PC trying to clear out. I mean, there were 3 AMX-10s here, and now there's only 1, and that's because the air mobiles can hit that as soon as they come out. And the Harrier AAs, once again, gun running, now that the enemy air has been dealt with. 5DB, of course, famed for its air. That's the best part about it. Well, maybe the AMX-10s. But in this case, his airplay has been shut down by Second UK, which is famed for having the worst air in the game. Maybe tied with Berlin Command at this point in time. So this VAB's now going to try and get down here, and the Harriers are just flying around doing whatever they want. VET3 OP has made a commitment to bring absolutely no AA this game. I don't see any AA on the ground. So really interesting to see these two strategies collide, and that's the best part about WARNO in my estimation. I mean, you can play the game however you want. That's the point. But I really like it when people try new things and see how those things work, what doesn't, trying new strategies, playing out of the box. I find it quite boring when people just play normally. And the only reason I've learnt to play normally is that it makes trying out of the box strategies even more effective, because people don't know if you're going to hit them with something wacky or if you're just going to play normally. This guy, however, is having a really rough time with those 3 VABs all shooting him. But he does manage to get the person out. The air mobile leader is out. Is he going to jump back in once it gets secured? No, he gets stunned and then aims for the forest. I mean, this isn't going to get him anywhere. It's on 1 HP. More Mirage is out, finally. These air mobiles here need to retreat into the town, really. But as it stands, they're probably dead. Mirage gun run will finish them off. And, yeah, the Mirage now flying over the Rapiers. Will they shoot? Gets 1 hit. And then now he's probably going to hit this other one. Thing is, because he's on this attack move, he keeps... You need to full stop, basically, and then you can fire properly. We now see some Rage reservist spam over here. And I think, yeah, this guy's still alive as well. Going for that Challenger, I reckon. But he's very, He's very low cohesion. Actually went for the Gazelle there, and he did fire a missile at the Challenger, but it missed, which you'd expect when you're on low cohesion. Over here, another AMX goes down to the air mobiles. Would love to see an air mobile in here to defend the air mobile leader, which doesn't actually bring its own AT. VET3 is winning, but Integer's upsetting him. I mean, that's probably the only way of saying it. He's, yeah, once again it misses. Low cohesion, very hard to hit things, particularly, well, 60% base accuracy is actually really good. And there's actually not that much in here for VET3 OP now, because he's been playing so much air, and so much of it keeps getting shot and taken out of action. That one survives. Reservist back here, we'll have to pay attention to that. And now Integer's back in here. He's taken the middle because VET3's trying to get back there. And now Integer is on a +3. So what I thought was a sustainable way of playing, what I thought was an unsustainable way of playing, is actually proving to be remarkably resilient. It's a damn shame this air mobile isn't in here, because this man's just going to die now. And yet another aeroplane goes down to these Rapier FSAs, which are now 3 VET. I don't know if they started at 3 VET, but they're definitely 3 VET now. And here we go. VET3 OP breaks his oath that we never saw him make, but he's started to bring AA now. He's getting very tired of these Harriers. This Harrier is going for the AMX-10. Probably won't kill it. You do get 1 penetration, but I find it very hard to believe that it'll kill this. Yeah, he just puts him on low cohesion, makes him useless for a bit. The reservists are getting closer, but what was 4 is now 2. More Escorte PC behind them. These guys are out of rocket launcher ammo. And the Lynxes are now being sent forward to defend the Rapiers with their machine guns, which aren't fantastic, but they're better than nothing. Infantry, of course, very difficult to kill with other infantry right now. Infantry just lives very long. This AMX has also been wounded by the Harrier, and VET3 OP has got Bravo, but he's not sent the CV back here. Probably very tilted at this point, I know I would be. And Alpha is still in Integer's hands. Oh, here we go, another CV now going for Alpha, and he's decided to keep this one here, I guess. Okay, never mind, they're both going forwards just in case one of them gets sniped by some more rubbish. So, tracked Rapier, 95 points, 8 rounds, 3175, 35, 25, and of course it's tracked, it's fast. Compare it to this. 105 points, radar so it can die to seed. You do get better range, you only get 4 missiles, and it's got a speed of 9 kilometers an hour because it's towed. So the regular Rapier is just kind of better now. Right, for 300 meters, are you even going to notice? As it stands, VET3 OP now back to a healthy +4, and it looks like he's finally clearing this out. Of course, France does not get attack helicopters, although that wouldn't help in this case because the Rapiers would kill them. These AMXs are dealing decent damage against the Lynxes. The Lynxes are just slowing them down, really. This air mobile will now resupply, get his laws back, and then he can shoot. This air mobile's still got his laws. So these AMXs have to be really careful because they can't target the infantry. If they do that, they'll get blown up by the laws. Same with that AMX. They're all called AMX. Same. They're both called AMX-10s, despite one being a wheeled tank and one being an IFV. Okay. We'll just have to deal with that. I'll just call these not warriors and call these AMX-10s. So the not warriors have managed to find an angle now, just outside of the 850 meter law 80 range. So this guy's going to start going down pretty quickly, because infantry really struggles to kill infantry right now. Infantry small arms just aren't very good. Over here, Integer needs to get some supplies up for this tank, and the minstrels are finally kicking in, and you can't just fly Harriers around everywhere. This Challenger's in a rough position. The Rapiers missed, but they're actually dying back there. Smoke's in time. And yeah, looks like he's going to get out. Is he going to get out? No. 4 minstrels on the field now. But these minstrels are now all reloading, which means that these gazelle rockets can kill them. Sadly, gazelle rockets running out of ammo, but they get 3 out of the 4. And this guy's stunned because of this, so he'll probably miss his next shot. It's a really effective run there. He used the Harrier to soak the damage, and then sent the gazelles behind him and just strafed everybody. You can, of course, strafe with helicopters just by moving in the direction that you want to shoot. It's very difficult, but it's doable. Well, it's difficult. It's not very difficult. This air mobile could, well, if he'd gone a bit more forwards, could have killed that VAB. This Challenger finally gets hit by the Jaguar ATGM. Jaguar rockets now being used. These tracked rapiers need to move up, and indeed they are. Yeah, I haven't seen Integer bring the Phantom F3, the not-so-great ASF, which would still be extremely useful in this situation. And VET3 OP still +4. This Challenger's got its smoke back, though. The Minstrel is still on low cohesion, but it does get a hit. I guess he's on normal cohesion. But the Harrier survives, because of those 3 AA taken out. Warriors coming in now. And it looks like Integer's making a big play for the middle of the map. I guess he realizes he's never getting in here, because he can't even see what's there. It's very difficult to get back into this zone once you lose it because of this hill. You can't park things and use fire support. And once you get to here, then this guy can shoot you, and there's probably somebody in here, which, you know, there is in this case. So, Harrier AA, going for nothing in particular, just scouting targets. This Minstrel, though, is out of ammo now. Absolute hero. I'd love to see some... this is very risky. I'd love to see... I mean, this guy's going to shoot him in the side now. Yeah, so he took a lot of damage there that he didn't have to. Recon. Recon's what I'm asking for. And now he took another side shot, and Jaguar ATGM loses vision because he flies between this, and there's no recon here. There's no... I mean, this is recon, but there's a real lack of recon going on in this game. No infantry recon for either player. So these guys deploy, and then they should send the arm rifles forwards. Difficult to move up when you've got a hot 2 there. But he's sending the Gazelle rockets forwards on strafing mode. So ruins are really weird for LOS. You basically can't see this guy until you're right on top of him, so they're just flying over. And you see the attempt to strafe here. It's not going to go well though, because it flies over these without seeing it. The Roland only shoots 2 before having to reload. He sees the CV though. I'm surprised these guys aren't just charging across this field to try and kill that. More arm rifles now making a play for this side, and this angle is very undefended. This is a weird one though. At least it doesn't take off when it gets stunned. I think they do that in Wargame. Last Gazelle rocket here. Well, this one's out of ammo. Yeah, he's trying to scout targets for the Harrier, but he only sees him like when he's right on top of him, so this guy doesn't get the full shot off, so this guy's still here. +4 for VET3 OP, can't be stopped in time, and the game ends there. So, really funny game, actually. VET3 OP ranked 12, he was ranked 2 at one point, and Integer, this isn't me, it's just a bug. Integer is ranked 12, but on replays there's just a bug where it does that. So that Milan 2 at the back, that got a lot of kills. The SAS did good work. The Harrier AAs did really well, mainly due to a lack of AA from VET3 OP for like the first 10-15 minutes of the game. I think this was actually the Milan 2 that was at the back, because I know about the Escort PC. I think this Milan 2 was in the middle. Really funny game. Challenger taking out AMXs. And yeah, very funny game. So the tracked rapiers actually only... Oh no, those are the tracked rapiers. Where are the non-tracked rapiers? So these are the 2 rapiers that were at the side of the map. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They killed 6 planes and 2 helicopters. So a really good strategy, really interesting strategy. And second is possibly one of the only divisions in the game that can do it. I believe 8th can do it because they get the Black Hawk, right? So you could drop the I-Hawk at the back of the map, and that would be a real problem because that thing has 6 kilometers range. So you can just cover the entire enemy air zone and shoot him as soon as he comes in. So I'm looking forward to somebody trying that, seeing how that goes. But VET3 OP, just with the mechanical skill, you know, just pushing forwards and obviously having a tough time of it, but he won quite decisively. So yeah, GG, well played. I hope you enjoyed the cast, and remember, go to my Discord channel, link in the description, and see you around.